everyone, this is Sri Varalakshmi Maturi. Welcome back to my channel. Today you are going to learn what are the possible bits for your IIIT entrance examination from chemistry, acid and bases, salts. First of all, let's start our topic with the what is an acid and what is a base in a brief manner. Usually, if you want to say a substance is an acid, the substance can be said it is an acid if it is basically sour in taste. Greeks believed that the substances which are sour in taste are acids. Actually, acid is derived from the word called acidus, which means sour in taste. Then only primary identification for a substance is an acid or not is it must be a sour in taste. And second one it gives the some unpleasant smell, nothing but a concentrated smell. And the third thing is about it is unpleasant when it is contact with the skin. This is about primarily about an acid. But what is actually an acid? According to Arrhenius, acid means the substance which can give H plus ions in the aqueous medium, means which can leave or gives H plus ions in the aqueous medium is said to be called an acid according to Arrhenius. And the next one, if we want to say anything is in a base, it is bitter in taste and soapy in touch, like a lubricant. Obviously, according to Arrhenius, which gives that OH minus ions in the aqueous medium is said to be called base. Now, we got the concept for the first two bits, which is an Arrhenius acid. Arrhenius acid should give H plus ions in the aqueous medium. So, third one is an Arrhenius acid. Reason is HCl will give that H plus and Cl minus ions split into in this way in aqueous medium. So we can say that HCl is an Arrhenius acid. Coming to that, which is an Arrhenius base they said. NaH3 usually base, NaOH also base. But according to Arrhenius, what is a base which can give OH minus ions in the aqueous medium is called a Arrhenius base. So it is called NaOH. Now coming to third bit, the pH scale was introduced by Sorensen. And what is the pH scale? You know that. Usually if we want to verify any substance whether an acid or a base or maybe a weak acid or a strong base or these kind of their strength if we want to know, or maybe any substance is neutral, how can we verify it? With the help of the universal indicator pH scale. And pH scale 14 intervals will be there. They are from 0 to 14, middle 7 will be there. The pH value means is nothing but negative logarithm of H plus ions concentration. If H plus ions concentration is maybe like 10 to the power of 0 to 10 to the power of minus 7, we can say that is an acid. If it is 10 to the power of minus 7 to 10 to the power of minus 14, we can say that is an base. That means the pH values varies from 0 to 7, below 7. We call that is an acid. Exactly 7, it's a neutral. 7 to 14 means above 7 until the 14. We call that is a base. Then who was introduced pH scale? Sorensen. Coming to the fourth one, NH4OH is a weak base due to. Usually, when we consider anything is in a weak base or a weak acid or strong acid or strong base, the substance which we want to say is a strong acid or a strong base, it should releases or maybe it should ionize into very quickly or completely. Ionization in aqueous medium completely or vigorously, spontaneously should come. Then we call that is a strong acid. That means HCl is there. That means the dissociation into nothing but it is dissociate into H plus ions and Cl minus ions immediately and completely. So we call this is a strong acid. When compared to the HCl, CH3COOH, it won't ionize into ions quickly as well as completely. So we call this is the weak acid. The same way, NaOH is the strong base when compared to the NH4OH. So it is dependent, do not having metal ions, no. Constant temperature, no. It's a high vapor pressure, all these not. When the ionization is very low in aqueous solution, we call that is in a weak base. Let's move to the next one, problem number 5, which is the acidic in nature. Usually blood is basic in nature. Milk of magnesia, which is act as in a antacid when our stomach is completely acidic. It is milk of magnesia also base. Ammonia, as we said already, it is in a base, but it is in a alkali. What is meant by alkali and what is meant by base? The base which dissolve in the water is said to be called alkali. Nothing but it should accept the H plus ions. Then we call that is the alkali. So all these three are wrong. Means vinegar means acetic acid is acidic in the nature. Let's move to the next one. The anhydrous sulfuric acid formula is SO3. Now in the beginning of our topic we have started here in this video only focusing the concept with the conceptual bits. That's why I am not explaining the what is from the beginning onwards. That is why where the concept is needed, there I am explaining the concept. Now we already know about a substance is whether an acid or not. But how can we identify a particular substance is an acid or maybe a base? Usually to identify any substance is either an acid or a base or neither of them, the substance which is used to identify whether the given one is an acid or base or neither, such substances are called indicators. Indicators. Usually indicators are of three types. They are natural indicator, synthetic indicators, and olfactory indicators. Natural indicators are nothing but which are available in the nature. For example, hibiscus, China rose, all these are the natural indicators. That means with the help of them we can say that whether the given substance is an acid or a base or neither acid nor base, may be any neutral substance. Next one is synthetic indicator. If you want to say anything is a synthetic indicator, means that must be made in the laboratory. And coming to that olfactory indicator, the indicator which is used to identify whether the given substance acid or a base or neither, based on the change in the odor, nothing but smell, change in smell. We call these are the three usual indicators. Here let me list out what are laboratory indicators usually there to identify whether it is an acid or a base. Those are red litmus, blue litmus, nothing but litmus paper test. Which is the best one? Litmus paper test. And methyl orange indicator, phenolphthalein indicator, olfactory indicator, and as we discussed that pH. But all these are just to identify whether an acid or a base. But pH is not only tells whether it's an acid or a base, it tells about its strength also, nothing but it tells about the whether it is a strong or weak, and how far strong, how much weak, that also it tells. That means strength of a substance also can be identified with the help of a pH. That's why pH is called universal indicator. Now, usually the litmus paper is taken from the plant extract of lichens. From the lichens we will take. Usually litmus paper available in two colors. One is red litmus paper and blue litmus paper. Now let's see that in what way we can identify whether it is through the litmus paper. By the litmus paper test, red and blue. Methyl orange and phenolphthalein indicator, olfactory and pH scale. As we discussed that these indicators from red litmus paper to the olfactory indicators are just identify that whether it is an acid or base. But how? By giving the diverse color changes. That is, whenever you treated an acid with the red litmus paper, there is no change in the color appeared. But blue will change into red. Whenever you treated the acid with a methyl orange indicator, it convert into pink. Maybe whenever you treated acid with the phenolphthalein indicator, it will convert into, there is no color in it, colorless. Olfactory indicators usually clove oil, vanilla essence, onion. These are the olfactory indicator. Whenever you treated the olfactory indicators and acid, you will not observe any change in their smell. The smell will be retains. It won't change the smell into it won't suppress the smell. So it won't suppress. Coming to bases, whenever base is treating with red litmus paper, it will convert into blue. No action with the blue litmus paper. And methyl orange indicator usually turned into yellow, and phenolphthalein indicator will convert into pink. And olfactory indicator will suppress their. Whenever you treat the base with the olfactory indicator, usually smell will be suppressed. That is why whenever you got maybe any onion smell after cutting the onions, or maybe whenever some stain is related to clove or any stains are there, whenever you wash it with some soap, nothing but with detergent, that smell will be disappeared. Reason is it is an olfactory indicator. Olfactory indicators suppress their smell whenever they treated with the base. Now let's fill this table based on this information. Now, usually red litmus paper, HCl is acid, we know. Acids will not show any reaction with red litmus paper, so no change. Blue litmus into S, convert into red. Methyl orange is in acid, it will convert into pink. Phenolphthalein usually colorless. Olfactory indicator, no smell. Olfactory indicator, smell is retains like that. Smell, there is no change in the smell, no change. Then observe the NaOH. Usually NaOH is a base. How the bases treat the red litmus paper may? Usually they will convert red litmus into blue. No color change in the blue. Methyl orange will convert into yellow, and phenolphthalein indicator will turn into pink. And here there is no smell, change in the smell, nothing but smell is disappeared, no smell is observed. Like that we can fill all these. Like this we can fill it this complete table, as that if you are known that it is an acid, how it is treated with the litmus paper, methyl orange and phenolphthalein indicator. Sometimes they will ask that which of the following substances converts the phenolphthalein indicator into pink. They will give some 3 are the acids and 1 base they will give. We can identify that which is that. And every time like this bits while you are doing, just to keep one thing in the mind, what will happen in acidic medium and basic medium with all these indicators, then you can understand. Now pH scale, as we discussed that pH scale have 14 intervals. Now usually I said that types of the acids and types of bases based on their concentration, that is which substances or which acids are ionized completely and spontaneously are said to be called the strong acids. But what is another advantage of pH scale while taking is not only you identify whether it is an acid or base, but you can also tell us about whether it is in a strong acid or weak acid, strong base or a weak base. How? But by using these indicators, we cannot say that whether they are the strong acid or strong base or weak acid or weak base. But with the help of pH scale, we can verify in that way. How? The concentration of H plus ion, nothing but H3O plus along with the water in aqueous medium, may be having the more concentration of H plus ions, that lowers the pH value. Means less the pH value, its strength is more. That is near to the 0 to 7 is the range of acids we know. Near to 0 is strong acid. Near to 7 is the weak acid. In the same manner, H3O plus ion concentration may be less, nothing but they are having the higher OH minus ion concentration. We call those are bases. The range of pH for the bases are 7 to 14. Higher than 7 until 14. Higher than 7 but close to 7 are the weak bases, where close to 14 are strong bases, where 7 is the neutral. Then what we can identify is, with the help of pH scale, not only identifying the given substance whether it is a neutral or a acid or a base, we can say about their strength also, nothing but whether they are strong acid or strong base, weak acid or a weak base. For example, 2.3, 4.7, 7.2. pH of the 3 substances A, B, C are given, which are basic in nature. Obviously, more than 7 is basic, means compound C is a basic. Now, compound A and B are obviously acidic, but which is strong acid means here strong acid is A, because lower the pH, their strength is more. So A is strong acid when compared to B. Now we are going to learn about how these acids and bases and what are their properties. You got an idea about what is the strong acid, strong base, weak acid and weak base. Usually what happens when an acid is mixed with the base? When an acid is mixed with the base, it forms a salt which is a neutral one, which is a neutral substance, neither acid and nor base, and leaves some water. An acid is reacting with the base, it gives a salt and water. But the salt is a neutral substance which will not show the properties of an acid or a base. But what will happen when a strong acid is treated with the strong base? Usually whenever strong acid is treated with the strong base, Acid and base means obviously we will get the salt and water. Even though this salt is called neutral salt. Now we are learning about types of salt. Whenever a strong acid and strong base treated, we will get a salt. We call that salt is neutral salt, as that it will not satisfy any properties of an acid or a base. It is a neutral in nature. Best one is sodium hydroxide. Whenever it is treated with HCl, gives that NaCl table salt and gives the water. This is the neutral salt. And whenever NaOH, whenever treated with the H2SO4, gives that Na2SO4 and 2 moles of water. So it is also neutral salt because both are the strong acid and strong base. This is strong acid and it is strong base. Then what will happen whenever a strong acid is treated with the weak base? A strong acid is combined with a weak base, it will get that a salt itself, salt plus water. But that salt is acidic in nature, so we call that is acidic salt. What we call acidic salt. Whenever a strong acid treated with the weak base, we will get the acidic salt. Usually acidic salts pH is less than the 7, but usually salts, I told that neutral substances when they are mixed with the strong acid, strong base, but they are mixed with the strong acid with the weak base. So this strong acid suppress the basic nature and some acidic character will contain in the salt. So its pH is 7 and they turn the blue litmus paper into red. Best example is whenever HCl is reacting with the NH4OH, which is a weak base, you will get that ammonium chloride, a acidic salt with the water. NH4Cl and NH4CO3. These are some kind of the acidic salt example. Then what will happen? A strong base is treated with the weak acid. Strong base and weak acid gives again a salt and water. But due to the strength of the strong acid, the acidic character will be suppressed and basic character will be attained by the salt. So it is basic in nature and its pH is more than the 7. It converts the red litmus paper into blue. And best example is whenever a NaOH, caustic soda, is treated with the acetic acid, which is a weak acid and it is a strong base, we will get that CH3COONA, sodium acetate, ethanoate, sodium ethanoate or sodium acetate and water. It is basic in the nature because it is formed due to the action of the strong base with the weak acid. These are the 3 types of the salts. And moreover, whenever salt is added or to the water, that means 1 mole of salt or 1 mole of salt formula attached with the some x number of water molecules, we call those are the hydrated salt. Means their moisture is contained and they are crystalline in the form. They exhibit different colors due to the presence of the water. Whenever we heated such salt, we will get that anhydrous salt. Then hydrated salts exhibit different color, as we say. Then the number of water molecule that attached to the 1 mole of the salt are said to be called water of crystallization. Due to presence of the water of crystallization, salts exhibits different color. When we heat up them, the water molecules or water of crystallization will be removed and they turns into white precipitate and a powdery form. And whenever it is drives off the water, we call those are anhydride salts. Many types of salts are there. What are required for our concept, those only we are discussing. Then this is about these salts. Let's move to the different chemical formulas and the chemical compounds and their uses. First of all, we are going to learn about what is a bleaching powder, what is its chemical formula, and what is the chemical name. Bleaching powder chemical formula is CaOCl2 and its chemical name is calcium oxychloride. It is usually obtained by the action of the dry slacked lime with the chlorine. Slacked lime is nothing but CaOH taken twice. Is whenever it is treated with the chlorine, we will get the bleaching powder. Usually bleaching powder is somewhat pale yellow in color, pale yellow color. It is used as a disinfectant for the water and it is used in the manufacturing of chloroform. So the color of chloroform is also slightly yellowish color than that, and CHI3, which is the iodoform, it is yellow in color completely. It's used as a bleaching agent for the washing purpose in the laundries also. These are the some uses of the bleaching powder. First usage is it is used to disinfect the drinking water with the process of chlorination, and second one is we can manufacture the chloroform from the bleaching powder, and the third one it is used as an oxidizing agent in the industries for the manufacturing as a manufacturing purpose, and it is used as a cleaning reagent also. Coming to second hydrated salt, that is plaster of Paris. It's simply known as a POP. Plaster of Paris is obtained from the gypsum. Gypsum is CaSO4 2H2O is a gypsum chemical formula. Calcium sulfate dihydrate is the gypsum. Gypsum, whenever it is heated at gypsum is heated at 373 Kelvin, nothing but at 100 degrees Celsius, a white powdery form called CaSO4 of H2O, which is the plaster of Paris, chemically called as calcium sulfate hemihydrate, will be formed by liberating the 3/2 of water molecule, nothing but 1/2 of H2O. And plaster of Paris is used for the settling up the fractured bone and used as making statues and molds of decorative items and toys, and even in making the artificial jewelry, and used for the blackboard chalk. And whenever it is mixed with the water, it convert into hard mass of gypsum, which is not suitable to make the molds or maybe toys or any. So we have to store the POP is always in a moisture proof container, and whenever plaster of Paris is heated at 473 Kelvin, it convert into the anhydride calcium sulfate by losing its water of crystallization. This is about plaster of Paris. It is white in color. Coming to washing soda. Washing soda chemical formula is Na2CO3 10H2O, chemically known as sodium carbonate decahydrate is its chemical name, and usually it is a basic salt, and it is a transparent and crystalline solid. It is soluble in water and forms the alkaline solution in water. That is why it is used as the cleaning purpose and washing clothes for the, and also used in the manufacturing of glass, soap, paper, and in the preparation of a caustic soda. Nothing but caustic soda means manufacturing of NaOH also it is used. It is very important. Which of the following is used in the manufacturing of a glass, soap, paper? They asked me. That is washing soda, Na2CO3 10H2O. It is and one more great usage about the washing soda is it softens the hard water, and it is mainly used for the cleaning agent, household purpose, and even in laundry purpose also. Coming to the sodium hydrogen carbonate or sodium bicarbonate NaHCO3. It is obtained by the passing of the CO2 carbon dioxide in the aqueous solution of Na2CO3. We will get the NaHCO3, and it is usually alkaline in nature, and it is a white crystalline solid, and it is soluble in water. It is sparingly soluble and decomposes into NaHCO3, usually decompose into Na2CO3 and CO2 and water whenever it is heat up, and it is used as an antacid for the mild acidity, and it is used as a extinguisher, fire extinguisher. It is used as fire extinguisher to turn off the fire. And whenever the sodium hydrogen carbonate is whenever it is mixed with tartaric acid, it is called baking powder to make the cakes spongy and smooth, and it is used in a bakeries more. These are about the hydrated salt and their usages. If you know these usages, definitely you can identify the many bits whichever are relevant to it. And coming to that, the chemical properties of acids and bases. When acids are react with the metals, especially dilute HCl, dilute hydrochloric acid is react with a metal, it gives the hydrogen. That means when the zinc is reacting with dilute HCl, it gives that a corresponding salt ZnCl2, zinc chloride with H2. Let's balance it. Zinc plus 2HCl gives that ZnCl2 plus H2. Like that, whenever dilute hydrochloric acid react with the any metal species gives the hydrogen, and whenever acid is participate in a neutralization reaction with the base gives the salt. We already discussed that. Whenever acidic oxide react with a base, it gives a salt and water. Whenever metal carbonates react with an acid, they gives the corresponding salt and carbon dioxide and leaves some water. For example, let me take Na2CO3 sodium carbonate. It is reacting with the dilute hydrochloric acid, gives that corresponding salt of table salt NaCl and CO2 and H2O. Let's balance it. 2 NaCl plus CO2 plus H2O. Whenever metal hydrogen carbonate, nothing but NaHCO3, such kind of bicarbonates, when they treated with the acid like H2SO4, they use the corresponding salt, water and carbon dioxide. Same here, Na2SO4, let's balance it, plus H2O and CO2. Let's balance it. Now see here, they given some compound, they are asking you about formula. This is the very important concept. Bleaching powder we discussed already, CaOCl2, calcium oxychloride and slacked lime, CaOH taken twice. The formula of quicklime is CaO, and if it is limestone means CaCO3. CuSO4 5H2O, it is blue color, it is in blue in color, it is called a blue vitriol. And CaSO4 half H2O, already we discussed that it is a plaster of Paris, nothing but pump, which is white in color and used for the settling of the fractured bone by the doctors, and also used as a blackboard chalk also. And whenever it is mixed with the water, it will convert into hard mass of gypsum. Gypsum chemical formula is CaSO4 2H2O and it is grey in color. Next one is aqua regia. Aqua regia is nothing but the mixture of the HCl and nitric acid HNO3 whenever they mixed in 3:1 ratio. Now calcium sulfate, that is CaSO4, formic acid. Usually formic acid will be in a ant sting or bee sting. Whenever ant bite is there, a formic acid will be formed, HCOOH. It will be suppressed by the, whenever we have taken some a very spoonful of baking soda, whenever we rubbed with the, when in an affected area, this formic acid action will be, we will get relief from the baking soda. So NaHCO3 is the baking soda. It is otherwise called sodium bicarbonate or sodium hydrogen carbonate. Caustic soda, its chemical formula is NaOH. Usually caustic soda is prepared from the washing soda. Washing soda chemical formula is Na2CO3 10H2O. Sodium carbonate decahydrate. Whenever zinc is reacting with the caustic soda called NaOH, we will get a mixture Na2ZnO2, which is the sodium zincate, one precipitate kind form of will be formed by liberating with hydrogen. Acetic acid, where it is 5 to 8% acetic acid will be present in the vinegar. Its chemical formula is CH3COOH, which is a weak acid. Whenever weak acid CH3COOH, whenever it is treated with the caustic soda NaOH, it forms the sodium acetate, which is the CH3COONA. Next one is a white vitriol. White vitriol is the zinc sulfate 7H2O. Oxalic acid, which is present in tomato, its chemical formula is H2C2O4, nothing but COOH taken twice. Anhydrous sodium carbonate, It is the sodium carbonate. In carbonated water, carbonic acid will be present, which is a weak acid, H2CO3. Sulfuric acid, which is usually present in the car batteries and king of the chemicals, and it is 98% of acid concentration will be there in a water, which is very concentrated, 98%. Sulfurous acid, H2SO3. Nitric acid, whenever it is mixed with eggshell, what will happen? Usually nitric acid means HNO3. Eggshell may contain the calcium carbonate. It forms the calcium nitrate by giving the carbon dioxide and water. Look at the bit number 10. A white colored powder which is used by doctor for supporting fractured bones. We already know that a white colored powder which is used by the doctor for supporting the fractured bones is the plaster of Paris, which is CaSO4 half H2O. Added to it, it is looks white in color. A white powder which is used by a doctor for supporting fractured bones mixed with water, then a hard mass formed, then exceeds. We already know that whenever plaster of Paris, white color powder which is used for supporting for fractured bones is nothing but plaster of Paris. And what happened to plaster of Paris? It is mixing with water. Then it is forming some hard mass. That hard mass is nothing but gypsum, CaSO4 2H2O is its chemical formula. Let's move to the next one. The color of FeSO4 7H2O, it is green in color because it is called green vitriol. The water of crystallization in washing soda. What is the washing soda chemical formula? Na2CO3 10H2O. In this, how many water molecules are present means 10. So water of crystallization in a washing soda is 10. Now look at the 14th one, which is very important. A salt A commonly used in bakery products on heating gets converted into another salt which is self-used for removal of hardness of water. A gas C is evolved. The gas C, when it is passed through the lime water, turn into milky. Identify A, B, C. They given some hints to us to identify. A is used in bakery product. Already we know that sodium bicarbonate, which is the baking soda used in bakeries to make cake smooth and spongy. So we got what is the A? That is NaHCO3, sodium bicarbonate. It converted into some other, while heating, it convert into some another salt B. We should find out B. And itself it is used for the removal of hardness. We know that removal of hardness is washing soda. And gas C is evolved. When gas is evolved, then whenever it is passing through the lime water, turns it milky. Usually the gas which turns the lime water milky is carbon dioxide, and this one is the identification of carbon dioxide present or not. Also we will use that. The same thing, we will pass that certain gas into the lime water. If it turns milky, it is carbon dioxide. Then how can we identify the evolved gas is hydrogen or not? We will take a burning candle near to that evolved gas. Immediately candle will be extinguishes with the pop sound. So one thing is identified. C is the CO2. So let's write a chemical reaction which involved in it. While heating, we already discussed when the sodium carbonate is properties are explaining. So what are that? Na2CO3 plus CO2 plus water. So Na2CO3 is the compound B which is used in the removal of hardness of the water. Let's move to the next one. Look at the 15th. In one of the industrial process used for the manufacturing of sodium hydroxide, a gas X is evolved as a byproduct. The gas X reacts with the lime water to give a compound Y, which is used as a bleaching agent in chemical industry. Identify X, Y. They are giving some hints like above to identify the unknown compounds which are involved in this. First of all, sodium hydroxide can be manufactured when the Brin solution is participated in the electrolysis procedure. Brin means is nothing but aqueous sodium chloride is called Brin solution. NaCl, whenever it is treated with H2O, we will get that NaOH and hydrogen gas and chlorine is also evolved. Two gases are evolved. But in this, which gas is used? The gas X reacts with lime water. The gas X is reacts with the lime water, they are saying. That means, is it chlorine or hydrogen? Means obviously chlorine. Chlorine, whenever it is treated with the lime water is nothing but a slacked lime CaOH taken twice. It gives a bleaching agent in chemical industry, nothing but bleaching powder CaOCl2 and some water. So clearly gas X is this chlorine and compound Y is the bleaching powder CaOCl2. Let's move to the next one. pH of pure water. We know pure water is neutral, so its pH is 7. pH of blood. pH of blood is usually 7.3 to 7.4, which is basic in nature. pH of gastric juice is usually it is 1 to 2. It is very acidic. And what is the pH of the acid rain is? It is somehow less than the 5.5, around 5.6. The mixture of baking soda and tartaric acid, we already learned that it is a baking powder. Nature of calcium oxide, it is a basic in the nature. The pH of aerated water, which is the 5.5. The chemical used in the fire extinguisher, whenever soda acid fire extinguisher, usually fire will be turned off or put off by the NaHCO3, which is the sodium bicarbonate. A metal carbonate X, on reacting with an acid, gives a gas which, when passed through a solution Y, gives carbonate back, then YB. Usually a metal carbonate CaCO3, whenever it is reacting with hydrochloric acid, dilute hydrochloric acid, we know metal carbonates are reacting with the dilute hydrochloric acid, they will give the corresponding salts and carbon dioxide and gives water. And whenever a gas is evolved, that is CO2, this CO2 is passing through some solution, gives the carbonate back, nothing but CO2 whenever it is reacting with the slacked lime, gives the CaCO3, which is the X, and some water. So compound Y is slacked lime, CaOH taken twice. Let's move to the next one. Look at the flowchart of 25th. Some compound X is treated with the zinc, it gives the hydrogen. Whenever zinc is treated with the some X, gives the some hydrogen, means whether maybe and it is acid or may be a base. Whether it is an acid or may be a base, because when metal is treated with the dilute hydrochloric acid also, it gives the hydrogen as we discussed. So no, it is maybe an acid or base, we can't. But it is, second equation tells that it is not an acid, because acid is reacting with acid is may not be possible. So X is clearly in a base. But what is it? Which base that is? So HCl is reacting with some base X, it gives the water. Again it is reacting with the acetic acid also, so it is a base. But acetic acid is a weak acid, HCl is a strong acid. It is reacting with both means definitely it is a strong base. So it is NaOH. Whenever NaOH is reacting with zinc, we know when a base NaOH reacting with metal called zinc, it forms the Na2ZnO2, sodium zincate will be formed. So compound X is NaOH caustic soda, compound A is sodium zincate Na2ZnO2. Whenever NaOH treated with the HCl, it forms the table salt NaCl. And whenever NaOH treated with acetic acid, it forms the sodium acetate, which is CH3COONa. These are the some 25 possible bits which you can learn from the chapter acids and bases. Still more conceptual bits are there. These conceptual bits, whichever are based on especially pH of the substance, will be continued in the next video. Thank you for watching.